After University of South Carolina student and New Jersey native Samantha Josephson was murdered allegedly by a man posing as her Uber driver, Uber and its primary rideshare competitor Lyft announced new safety measures, with the Uber app pushing an alert to remind riders to check car details and the driver's information. Lyft is focusing on background checks and enhanced identity verification for drivers. So the question is all of this really necessary? Let's ask tonight's A-plus panel. Lisa Durden, social commentator and former prosecutor and now defense attorney Bob Bianchi. Bob, what is unfortunate about this, and as a father, I can't even wrap my head around losing a 21-year-old daughter, horrific. But now you've got this move, almost as if to say this is an issue with the rideshare companies, and I would contend has nothing to do with that.
I think these regulations are extremely important because whenever you have a great technology or and I think these things are amazing and I use them myself, you know people are going to take advantage of people who are unsuspecting in some way, shape, or form. The vetting process for Lyft and Uber was virtually nil when it first started. There were people that I know personally who were charged with massive, major league victim criminal offenses that were driving around as Lyft and Uber drivers.
Well, charged or convicted.
They were
because
charged.
They were doing background checks from go.
They may have been doing it, but apparently it wasn't working.
Not any less safe as cabs, but that's another story.
But the bottom line is we need to make it as safe as possible so that things like this don't happen, in my mind.
So you do agree, but already, I mean, I take Uber all the time. My kids take Uber. I don't even think twice about it because you already check the license plate, the car, and the guy, and this guy was an imposter. If she had just checked, you could argue this would have never happened.
Well, I think these new safeguards protect both the driver and the drivee. When I was in New York one time, parked in a parking lot trying to get onto the Holland Tunnel, I didn't think to lock my door. Some drunk chick just starts opening my back door, hopping in. She could have been a murderer. I'm like, what? She said, are you my Uber? I don't know you, lady. So I think these safeguards are excellent.
Lisa. And this is why these safeguards are absurd and useless and may only slow the process down. Because Uber and Lyft are in part designed for people who are impaired and can't drive. I mean, for me, it's like car service for the rest of us when it came out. I love it. But you know, you still have to be responsible for yourself and get into the right car.
Well, Bill, there's no question about that. The regulations aside, we as prosecutors, as law enforcement people, used to tell people you have to have your head on a swivel, you have to be aware of your surroundings, you have to take responsibility for your own safety. The fact that they're going to add additional safeguards to any extent that they can, I think is a good idea.
Do you not think it dumbs it down and makes it so that people will feel, I have this argument when they talked about having the signs. I think the signs are a danger because now you could have somebody buy a lit sign on eBay or on Amazon and pose as an Uber driver, and it may relax somebody. They won't do the checking because they'll see the sign.
Last week when they talked about this issue, there was a great tip that even beyond this technology that people don't think to do, when you're getting in Lyft or Uber, before you get in, open the door and say, who are you here to pick up? Also.
Right, what's my name?
Who are you here to pick up? They need to say Lisa Durden or you don't get in that car.
All right, thanks guys.